So I was asking if the music in Left 4 Dead 2 is licensed for Dark Carnival Midnight Riders. And, oh, heck no, that's from Mike Moraski. Mike Moraski's a super talented musician before he even came to Valve. He was in Steel Pole, Bathtub. Go look him up. And some other bands. And kind of had his own niche, kind of his own thing going there. He's super talented because he also does VFX, he does programming. He's a jerk. Let's face it. People like that are just jerks. But super talented guy. And so he had a bunch of musician friends that went in and did the music for it as well. And so it was awesome. We wrote some of the lyrics. I think Jay Pinkerton wrote most of them. Sadly, the one that I wrote got cut because I didn't explain it to people. It was a really bad Jay Giles 70s song, which he talks about Rapunzel. Well, they talk about Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. And there's like this whole painful 70s intro to it. I wanted to have them have a song like that is just like overwrought talking in the beginning of the song. And I think some people didn't understand the reference to it. And then later I was making a joke to Moraski about that didn't get in. And he's like, wait, you seriously? He didn't even get to him because he understood the reference. We're old men, we understand that stuff. But so yeah, it's all done in-house. And the reason for that is licensing, because licensing is a pain in the ass. And it's the reason why I like Driver San Francisco is not available anymore. It's like why TV shows sometimes don't get re-released is because of music licensing, because no one thought stuff would just live forever. So they put time frames around it and they limited it. But it's why you get to see the Valve music just released for free and given out because they own all of it, right? And so like the Portal 2 soundtrack, you can go pick that up. You can go listen to the whole thing legally. It's yours to listen to. And that's awesome, right? And I really appreciate that because music licensing is hell. So we were trying to get music licensing for the ads. And now there's so much rules around it. Like you can only play it for the ad for a little bit. And now like the Midnight Riders, they're Leonard Skinner, right? When I'm talking to Mike Moraski at first to my envision of who these guys are, I'm like Leonard Skinner. And he's like, yeah, got it. Yeah, like him and I would, we understand we're old people. But then we're also like, well, who's going to do the music for the trailer? Like, who should be doing all the music outside of this? Because we often want to use popular songs that kind of fit a little bit better, get a little bit of groove. And I wanted ZZ Top, LaGrange, to be the song that we used. And people just kept saying it's a sports song. I don't know. The ZZ Top, go listen to ZZ Top. You kind of people mock them for the beards kind of thing and ignore just how rocking. Just got paid today. Though Steve Albini does a cover of Just Got Paid Today in his band. It's got Man in it. Three Mules and a Nun, I think, is the name of the album. It's named in a comic book. Steve was a good guy, but a guy who pushed things. So I don't want to say the name of his band. Hence this video will get in trouble. But that's really good. But like I really like that. But like the licensing around all of that was also a pain in the ass. But we were working with Warner Brothers already because we have the Depeche Mode t-shirts in the game, right? We asked for the Depeche Mode t-shirts. They're like, yeah, what else do you want? What other music? And I just start listing all these bands. Like, yeah, no. How about Depeche Mode? No. They would let us use the t-shirt, but they wouldn't let us use any of the music because the licensing was all different and all weird. So that's why none of that appears in the game. We have Jonathan Colton in the game just because he's a friend of the company and we worked it out with him personally. He owns his own music and his own licensing. And since we had done the Portal stuff with him, he was good putting some stuff in the game. But like, yeah, music licensing. I mean, I just again and again and again would be asking Warner Brothers for stuff. And then it would go on to this for Portal 2. When we have the national song in, we just bought the national song. We just said, this is our song, but then they can have it back. We have no rights to it, but we have to own it outright so that we can put it in everything and do everything we want with it. And then you can do whatever you want with it. And then if you go to the Portal 2 songs YouTube contest where we did the spooky little walking around, or you can make a trailer, just make any music trailer for that song or any music video for that song, and then we all voted on it, and we all liked the one that won, and then the band saw it and they were instantly like, yeah, the one that won was really good, even though it was really simply done. I feel bad for the people who did a lot of work but didn't win because theirs were nice and good, and people were celebrating the game. I don't know if I'd do a contest like that before again because so many people did a bunch of really good work and hard work, and then they felt kind of cheated that this guy who just walked around with a sock puppet won, but the sock puppet one was just so good. Oh go look that up. That's really good. But yeah, so for whatever reason, I've been involved a lot with the music side of those kind of things. And I think because nobody else wants to do it because it's such a pain in the ass. And I'm always like, I'll go hang out with the National for a while. They're super wonderful to work with. But yeah, that's for something that's going to be in the game and like that all the time. The National was the exception, and everything else we just did in-house because of the licensing.